along with the urge to scream, she ran across the street to the body, or what was left of it, smeared on the asphalt. Startled and barely breathing, Dana lifted her gaze again, looked toward the top of the building, and saw a man standing on the terrace, looking down at her from the exact spot where the girl had fallen. Then she grabbed her gun and stormed for the entrance. Part 1. 4 days later. Chapter 1. Delta Airlines Flight 5703 was circling the city below, and the captain announced that we had begun our descent into Washington Dulles. I gazed out the window with a deep sigh, leaning my head against it. This had once been my favorite sight, back when it meant coming home, when it meant the end of a long journey and me getting back to my babies. Today it meant something completely different. The plane began its descent, and the city below came closer like it was reeling me in, pulling me back. "Coming home or visiting?" the elderly gentleman sitting next to me asked. He had been sitting very still during the entire flight, and not uttered a word until now. I didn't mind. I was in no mood to chat with a stranger. "Just visiting," I said. "Oh, I see. And for how long do we have the pleasure of you staying here?" That made me sigh as the plane bumped and landed on the runway. "Should only be for a few days." "Well, I'm sure you'll enjoy it here. Washington, D.C. is a wonderful city. I should know. I've lived here all my life." I smiled. "I'll take your word for it." I pulled my carry-on out of the overhead bin, which was my only luggage for the trip since I wasn't staying long. I had a 4-month-old child to get back to as soon as possible. Why am I here again? The newsstands on my way through the airport told me the reason. I couldn't escape it no matter how much I tried not to look. Media tycoon Richard Wanton out on bail. I didn't kill her. Murderer Wanton a free man. Wanton, I'm innocent. I closed my eyes briefly, then shook my head, rushing past the headlines, wondering what kind of idiot judge sets a $1 million bail for a guy like Richard Wanton. It was peanuts for a powerful guy like him, and, of course, he'd be able to post it. The trial was set for May 5th, 3 weeks from now. "Eva Rae!" I walked out into the arrival hall and saw FBI Director Isabella Horn standing there, holding a sign with my name. That made me laugh. "You thought I wouldn't recognize you?" I asked as I approached her and gave her a big warm hug. "We worked together for 10 years at the Bureau." She looked down at her sign, then shrugged. "It was meant as a joke. Guess it wasn't very funny after all. How was your flight?" I wrinkled my nose. "Bumpy and annoying. You know I hate to fly. It better be worth it. Dragging me away from my family at a time like this isn't exactly popular, just so you know it." Isabella nodded. "It's important. You know I wouldn't have made you come if it weren't." "I just don't understand why you couldn't tell me why you needed me on the phone." Isabella sighed, then placed a hand on my shoulder and pushed me to move forward. All in due time, Eva Rae." Chapter 2. Then. "The interns usually sit in the middle over there by the round table." "Right there in the center, where everyone can look at us?" Samantha stared at the huge newsroom. It was her first day at WBC News, the place she had always dreamed of working as a child. She had only been there for about an hour, and already met 2 of her favorite anchors and a war correspondent she admired. It was all a little overwhelming. "Yes," the assistant producer said. His name was Walter. Samantha smiled and nodded shyly. They approached the round table in the center, and Walter pointed at a computer. "You can sit here. This is Jacob. He's also an intern. He's been with us for 3 months now. Jacob, this is Samantha." The young guy looked up from his screen and nodded. "Welcome." Walter left, and Samantha logged onto the computer with the login they had given her, using her initials as username and then a password she created herself. She leaned back in the chair as 2